Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Welcome to the White Hatter YouTube News Show.
Darren here.
And Brandon. Let's get into some updates here from us at the White
Busy
Hatter.
times, busy times.
First update from us is that we will be back here on YouTube on January 12th. This is the last show before the new year as we take some time to relax because we've been busy since the year started.
15 presentations last week. This week we've got 7, and we got one in Thailand tonight. Like you're beaming from here, Victoria, British Columbia, to Thailand.
Yep.
They're 15 hours ahead, so it's actually Tuesday there to when you're presenting tonight, right? It's just unbelievable. They heard about us online. They did their research. They really liked what they saw and heard, so they invited us. It's an international school. So they got a ton of students from across the world who speak English, and so they invited us in to come in and do a presentation. You're doing that, so you're doing the 4 and 5s, and they said if that goes well, which I suspect it will, we'll be doing the rest of the school.
Alrighty,
Kind of
that's
cool.
exciting.
Kind of cool. So yeah, we need a break. Like, I think we all need a break, right? Like we've been working hard over these past couple months.
Yeah.
And the new year is going to be spectacularly busy.
Well, yeah, and plus we got some new equipment coming in.
Yeah.
Some updates. Before we started, I was having problems with figuring out my buttons here because we got a new Stream Deck, a bigger Stream Deck, as we have more cameras now coming in. So
more cameras, more gear, more gizmos. I mean, all for making presentations enjoyable.
Yep.
Right. I mean, that's what we're all about. Is that that's what kind of maybe stands us out from a lot of others. Is that rather than just doing a Zoom event or a Blackboard event or a Teams event, this is an actual video production that we now do through the White Hatter Studio, and it's paying big dividends. The teachers, the kids are loving it. They're absolutely. They say the quality is just like. They were saying that a lot of the presentations they've been watching is kind of like watching a black and white TV compared to a full flat screen plasma ultra high def TV, right?
I mean, sure, let's toot our horn a bit. I mean,
why not?
Why not?
We deserve it. I mean, you've worked your butt off to make this happen, right? And it's so cool to see how it's really standing out. And the other thing that we've done with our White Hatter Studio, because we believe that privacy is a foundation, right? It's a keystone for us. Like when we're presenting now at schools, we don't collect emails of teachers or students. We can't see them, so we can't screen capture them. There's no way anybody can Zoom bomb us or bomb us in any way. And we have moderated Q&A, right? Like we've gone above and beyond. We just wanted to make sure that this was not just another video event. It was a live video production.
Yeah.
Multiple cameras. I mean, you got all kinds of cameras. You got up cameras, down cameras, side cameras. You even got a green screen camera and stuff. I mean, it's just amazing, right? So pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess we become so prevalent in what we're doing. We also are doing this again.
Yeah, Santa got a hold of us again. We've done 2 virtuals with him over the past couple of Saturdays. Last Saturday went over so well that he has asked us if the elves could reattend the studio here so we can do it one more time. So we're going to do it one more time. It'll be on the weekend on Saturday 19th. So if you're a family who's watching us today, which is Tuesday, although we're recording this on Monday, it's Tuesday when you're watching this right now. Send us an email to contact@thewhitehatter.ca, contact@thewhitehatter.ca. If you have a kid that you wish to talk to Santa for about 5, 10, maybe even 15 minutes, want to share their Christmas list, wish list with Santa, we're going to make Santa. We're beaming him in from the North Pole, which is really cool, right? Really
Exciting.
Cool. It is.
Let's talk about some news stories.
In the news.
First news story, given this game has just been released.
You're excited, aren't you? Go on, you're excited.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure.
You know what? I got to tell the
it.
audience, okay, he's been looking forward to this for so long, right?
It's interesting.
So he's finally downloaded it, but you know what? It's funny. Although he's been waiting forever to play this game. Like he's been waiting forever. He finally downloaded it. His partner played it more times than he did to start with. It's so funny. It's funny.
They streamed, so it made sense.
It's funny.
And how it was working. So.
But you have played it, but you're going to be playing longer because you told me that.
Well, we got some breaks coming up from the White Hatter.
Yeah, we're not going to see it. So how have you found it so far playing it?
It's not as high. It's not as good as it was hyped up to be.
Ooh,
naturally.
Really?
Yeah.
So what's going on? Give me the skinny. What's the skinny on this?
What?
Give me some skinny. Why isn't it as hyped up? Like what? What?
I mean,
What?
I guess some of the environmental naturalness isn't quite there. And I mean, a lot of people are really criticizing it for its gender inclusivity, in that it's trying to be very inclusive, but in fact, it's not in an interesting way. So it's a very the game itself is good. I mean, it's not a bad game by any amount, but it hasn't lived up to the hype. And I mean, for those people who are playing on older consoles, yeah, no, it's completely broken because it just can't run.
Really?
Like the base level PS4 and Xboxes can't run it because they're just yeah. Anyways, but
So is there another game that is kind of its competition right now?
not right now. I think most game developers have kind of moved their release schedules away from this game, given this is one of the most hyped games in the last 5 years. But with that hype comes to the main story of what we're going to talk about is some security researchers at Kaspersky have identified some hoax downloads claiming to be Cyberpunk, being to be an update, claiming to be an add-on. So just be cautious, making sure if you're someone who is going to play it, who is going to download it, just make sure you download it from the proper stores. Steam, although we'll talk about Steam here in a bit, GOG, or those other proper stores.
It's kind of interesting, right? Because whatever's the popular thing of the date and time, that's what is now being used as bait by those who want to go fishing for whatever reason, for ulterior motives, right? So in Cyberpunk now, because it's here, it's big as life, it's the game right now, obviously the criminal element is now targeting it for fishing, right? Use it for fishing too. So again, what can people want to download this? What should they be aware of again, right?
Basically, just download it from your proper places, be it GOG, Steam. If you're on consoles, there are no really scams for consoles because you can't really work. They're not really quite computers.
Right.
They're different. So it's mostly focusing on the PC players, which is the preferred way to play because it's not a broken version of the game.
Yeah, gotcha.
So yeah, things to look up for there. Another story.
You're looking forward to spending a week on it, though, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah. And who's the big name in it again?
Oh, Keanu Reeves is in there?
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, they definitely. Although his performance isn't as good as the other voice actors.
Really?
Well, he's not a known voice actor.
Hey, man, he was in The Matrix.
Yeah, that's acting. Well, not voice acting. I mean, it's not bad by any degree, but I mean.
Did you like that?
Yeah, that's wonderful. Next news story, which you brought into the notes for this session, is...
This one really ticked me off, actually. I'll be quite honest with you. I mean, U.S. schools are buying phone hacking tech that the FBI uses to investigate terrorists. You know, this one really ticks me off, right? Like, it's interesting that schools, and this is U.S., not Canadian, but who knows, right?
I think Canadian schools would be coming down with a big hammer from the privacy commissioners.
Issues, right? Privacy is a little different up here, but... You know,
and we have one law that applies across basically all.
I personally don't believe that schools should have the right to take a phone and plug it in and download everything that is on my device to be looking. But that's what's happening right now in some schools in the United States. Big article done on this. And, you know, if it's law enforcement and they're doing it on reasonable probable grounds with a warrant, production order, totally different. I mean, that's what we do up here in Canada, right? But, I mean, up here in Canada, schools have the right. Like, if you're using your phone inappropriately on school property and there's a nexus back to the school, the principals actually have the right to seize the phone and look at it. They can't order you to unlock the phone and look in it, right? But here in Canada, they don't have the right to take anything and plug it in and download what's on the phone. Only the police can do that. But this, to me, this just isn't right. It's just not right. And so, anyways, I just thought I'd bring it up for discussion. What do you think?
I completely agree. I think no. I mean, a couple notes in this article were, in some cases, it was the school resource officer who came in and did it. But you know, it depends on which state, because it look at different states, and different states have different rules and legislations and how to deal with this stuff. So it really depends on where you live, on how this works. But definitely, there are some cases where administrators could, you know, plug it in and get.
You know, and one of the scary things is, you know, up here in Canada, we have a legal doctrine known as agent provocateur. And what that means is where the police will approach you as a principal and say, hey, listen, I'm interested in Darren over there. We think he's doing something wrong. Can you seize his phone and maybe download it and have a look at it and see if there's anything in there? And if there is, let me know. That's called turning somebody into an agent provocateur. And that now makes the principal, the person who do it, now subpoenable, go to court to give evidence. So, I mean, it's an ugly, slippery slope. I personally don't think that this should be something that administrators, teachers, principals, vice principals, school counselors should be doing at all. I think it should be the responsibility of a school resource officer, law enforcement, whoever they are, and even then, without a warrant, only in exigent circumstances. Other than that, there should be a warrant or production order in order to gain access.
Makes
My
sense.
thoughts.
Makes sense to me. Makes sense.
Yeah, I think you're right. If they tried that in Canada, I think the privacy commissioner would be all over the schools. Right? So schools, mark my warning if you're thinking about doing that. I mean, remember the one school, I think there were a couple schools here in Canada a couple of years ago when phones were becoming popular. They were putting jammers in the schools. Remember that? A couple of those stories where principals were trying to jam the cell phones in the schools. And those devices are illegal in Canada, right? You're not allowed to use those in Canada.
That uses unauthorized wavelengths that you are not permitted to use.
Anyways, so just things to think about, right?
Speaking of Steam, that I mentioned earlier, interesting
What
story.
is Steam?
Steam is kind of
Those people don't know. I know.
It's kind of like the popular game download app for PCs, because PlayStation has the PlayStation Store, Xbox has Xbox Live,
Right.
and then what's PC? Well, the kind of the go-to is either there's Steam, there's GOG, or there is Epic. Those are kind of like the three main sort of game apps out there to
Gotcha.
download your games.
So what's going on?
Well, researchers from Checkpoint, they identified that there was a vulnerability in Steam that essentially could allow an attacker to take full control over a system.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have they fixed it?
Yeah, it's all fixed. It's all fixed. I think they reported to their knowledge hasn't been exploited, but it's now fixed.
So do you think that it should maybe be wise for people who are on Steam and these other platforms to change their passcodes?
No, it's not a passcode issue. It was more like a hardware issue. Like someone could, send you a link and then click on it. Yeah, it's not as if they would take control of the passwords. It's more so kind of like infect your system like more like a virus.
And was this a bounty program or
I don't believe it was a bounty. I think it was just
somebody found it and
Well,
brought it to their
it's
attention?
Checkpoint, and they're known for just they're a bunch of super smart white hat hackers who just go and mess around, find issues.
Oh.
That's their job.
All right. They get
Which
paid
is
for
kind
it?
of a cool job.
That would be kind of a
they
cool
get,
job.
yeah, they get
Yeah,
paid.
they get paid for it.
His job, find issues on the internet.
Find a hole.
Okay.
Go find them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Next.
See, kids, for those who are watching, learn how to code, man. Then you can be an ethical white hat hacker. I mean, they start at $128,000 a year, right?
Oh,
I mean,
certainly.
It's just unbelievable. So.
Yes, they can. Let's. You hungry?
Oh.
Subway.
Oh.
Mostly affecting UK Subway customers. What was seen was a scam targeting loyalty card users, sending people false links and emails and texts, getting people to click on a link to log in, get a free Subway, get a free something, get more points, when in fact it was all about credential harvesting, getting usernames, getting passwords from these members to then use, because people don't change their passwords.
Right.
So if your password's 123 on Subway, it's probably 123 on your bank. And now, naturally.
Right.
So
It just goes to show you, right? That they're using food to set a lure, right? There's the bait.
get a free sandwich? Okay.
Here's a bait. I mean, we've seen this with other products as well, right? Like this is nothing unique per se, but it's, kind of funny. But only in the UK, you said?
Yeah, it was mostly affecting UK customers.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, I mean, just once again, during the holiday seasons, especially, these types of things start to appear. I'm seeing them all over the place right now on all kinds of different platforms, and you're going, oh, please, people, don't click on that. Please don't click on it. But they will.
Yep.
They will. They will.
Oh, and
What else?
The last story before we kind of go on break, which is much needed. I'm pooped. Last story is Adobe Flash.
Oh,
is
he's
being
an Avenger, isn't he? No, he's one of the superheroes.
Flash.
Yeah, he's a superhero. He's with DC Comics, right? He's like Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is
Justice League.
This is Adobe Flash.
Oh, okay.
This is a software program.
Oh, sorry. I'm boomer. Myself again.
So Adobe Flash is coming to the end of its life in 2021, which I mean is a good thing.
Why is it dying?
Well, because Adobe Flash is super old, it's super buggy, it's super insecure, and it's just not a good app to have.
So what's taking it over?
Well, HTML5, new version of JavaScript, like those are just more responsive, more secure coding languages for the internet. I mean, years ago, Flash was the thing.
Right.
Like every computer needed, every website ran on Flash, right? Like it was the thing. But I mean, it's just been known to have issues, bugs, security vulnerabilities, you name it. So, but the reason why I bring this up is one, it's no longer supported. So if you have the Flash app on your computer, you're going to want to uninstall it because it's not going to do any good. Because
So what's the difference between deleting and uninstalling?
Basically the same thing.
Is it?
Yeah, basically.
For sure?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it depends on your platform, right? See, on Apple, if you just delete it, it goes right away. On Windows, if you just delete it, it may not delete it completely. Windows, yeah, you do have to uninstall.
So can you delete it now without any issues?
Yeah, most websites don't run on that, and if they do, they're probably going to be sketchy anyways.
Gotcha.
So, and additionally, this is important because we're probably going to see more scams and like false websites because because a lot of people still have the mindset that Flash is an important part of the internet.
And a lot of people maybe are a little less internet savvy will start to panic when they get these messages saying that your Flash is about to be decommissioned or about to expire. Please click here, blah, 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 or more phishing attacks, right?
Or if you're someone and you like visiting a website that does run on Flash because it's been around for decades and then that website now stops working.
So delete Flash.
Yeah, delete Flash.
What about Superman and Wonder Woman? Should we be deleting them as well?
Moving on.
All right.
So just be worried for any scams. But yeah, if you do have it, just remove it.
All right.
It's not going to do you any good anyways right now anyways.
All right.
Plus, it's probably security flaws in your version.
And it's not going to screw up anything else in your system.
Nah.
Does it take up a lot of room on your system?
I don't think so. I think it runs a little more heavier than like HTML5, but I don't think it's like a super sucker of your like system resources.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it's just a buggy, ineffective, old system.
Delete Flash.
Yeah.
Keep Superman. Keep Wonder Woman. Delete Flash. Just saying. The Justice League.
Okay.
The Justice League.
All right. And
I'm
on
dating
that
myself.
point, we'll be back on the 12th.
So
It's been.
we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yes, we'll be back in the new year after we take about 3 weeks off. More like 2 weeks for me, but we need
I
a
wonder
week.
what Cal's doing for Christmas. Notice I just got his name
Oh,
again. Eh?
that's how we're ending. That's how we're ending. Oh, man.
Merry Christmas, Cal.
All right.
Cal is like, can anybody find Waldo? Because we mention him I'm sure people are going, who's this Cal guy? We should get a picture of him and put him up on behind us on the set.
Get a picture frame, just put it
Yeah,
there.
or just have him on a little stick and all of a sudden his head just pops up from the desk or something, right? or get a string.
Build a pulley system.
Yeah, get a string and its face will drop.
Giant
from the
cardboard
top,
cutout.
Right?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of funny, actually. So
The options are limitless.
Yeah, I mean, pretty cool. This Stream Deck, I mean, it's much bigger. It's double the size of the one that we have, right? It's like, oh my God.
It is, I think, 3 times the size.
Yeah.
The other one was, 12 buttons? This is now 32
It was getting
buttons.
a little too complicated for the old man. That's me. Brandon could work
Too
it.
complicated. You're going to have to manage all these buttons.
Yeah, but at least they're all in one place. The other one, you have to hit folders and go here and go there and accidentally hit things when I shouldn't be hitting
for those
things.
streamers who watch us, you definitely know that the Stream Deck XL is kind of like the thing to do.
Can you put folders on all these as well? So you can like
This is actually in a folder.
So those can all be folders?
Yeah.
Wow.
You can have folders inside folders inside folders.
Wow. Pretty cool.
The main scene is in a folder.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you have been contracted by, four different teacher ed programs? Is it? Who have, like, you've got teacher ed conferences coming up?
Oh, just one. Yeah, there's a teacher conference coming up. It's a virtual conference, naturally.
Right.
And I applied a suggestion to do a session on how to actually do live streaming for education. I mean, obviously not to this degree that we have here, but how do you, in a smaller scale, make an interactive, good quality with overlay type images like what we do here, or what we do here, or what we do here, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. I think that's a live program that I'm doing, and I think they have me booked for like an hour or something.
That's pretty cool.
So that'll be kind of
cool. And then we also, through the studio, we've done some private work. We've done 1, 2, 3 different contracts right now. Like the last one was a politician who just got hired. Or he just got, voted in. So he's Councillor-elect Stephen Andrew right now. And he connected with us. We connected with him to say, hey, listen, how would you like to use our virtual studio to connect with your electorate to spread a message? And he just loved it.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't actually advertised that we do that, but I think in the new year we're going to start working towards, for individuals who want, when we're not lecturing. I mean, the studio's not in use, so
I think we call it diversification, right? Diversification.
Well, I mean, once I get that new 4K 4-port HDMI capture card in the system, which is actually in the system right now. I'm just not capturing from it.
That's the black magic, right?
That's the black magic.
I'm going to cast this spell.
That's the black magic.
Right.
Not that kind of black magic.
Okay. That's going to be pretty cool. I mean, like it or not, this is really like when you think about it, I say this in all the presentations. This is like CNN News or CBC News studio, right? When you think about it, it's really no different. So we're that's what we're doing here, right?
Pretty much.
And so as a result of that, there's so many cool things that we can now do with clients to assist them, which is kind of cool. I had a couple of ideas I've shared with you. I'm going to keep it secret right now, though. All right, so
new
pretty
year,
cool.
new plans, new year. But first, we got to take a bit of a break after this week.
But even then, I mean, I think we've already got like 40 different presentations booked for the new
yeah,
year.
if
already,
anyone wants to rent the studio, we have no time to rent it because we're using it.
Which is kind of cool. I
Yeah.
mean, it's really kind of cool. You know, out of COVID, I feel really bad for a number of smaller companies and businesses and family businesses who've gone under, right? Like they just couldn't make ends meet. But we were so lucky in that because of where we are and what we do and what we have, I think COVID really pushed us. We were able to take lemons and turned it into lemonade.
Well, we already had the studio. I mean, this
Right.
studio has been 2 years in the making.
Yeah.
I mean, the last year we've definitely pushed a little more investment into getting it better quality up to
For sure.
higher standards. But we already had it, and I think if we didn't have this, I don't think we would be able to do like 40 presentations.
And we wouldn't be getting contracted by somebody in Thailand like today,
Sure.
right? Like, and I can tell you with the phone calls I'm now getting, it's by word of mouth right now, where schools are going, hey, listen, we had these guys in to do their webinar, and it's not a webinar. It is actually a live production, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're just blown away. The kids are even, and the other interesting thing, Brandon, was I've had several schools now say to me, even when we're out of COVID, because I still don't think we're going to be back in schools until 2022, right?
Yeah.
But
although we have the first vaccines administered here in
yeah,
Canada.
but they're saying that we won't reach chemical
Yeah.
herd immunity until maybe the fall of next year.
Yeah, I would suspect probably this time next year is when we can kind of.
But what's interesting is a number of schools have said that even when they go back in, they'll probably keep us virtually. And the reason they said is because they like the fact that it's smaller cohorts.
Yeah, so we beam into like 5 classrooms at one time.
Yes.
Instead of one giant gym, it's
Correct.
5 independent classrooms.
And because the classrooms are all the same cohort of kids, they know each other, they feel more comfortable discussing issues.
Plus, we have this new technology for them to work on their phones to ask us questions from their phone.
don't.
Oh, is that really secret? Polls and word clouds and quizzes so we can do virtually?
I know.
While we're live?
I mean, we've...
Is that the secret?
I
Oops.
come from a background of neuro-linguistic psychology, clinical hypnotherapy, and when we're trying to connect with people at a subconscious level, it's about connecting with all different modalities,
Yep.
visual, auditory, kinesthetic, smell, all those kind of things. Well, through virtual, we've been able to do the visual, we've been able to do the auditory. We've now figured out how to do kinesthetic, right? So that's what we're going to be implementing in the new year with some of the things we're going to be doing in the new year through the program. So, I mean, I'm really excited about that, to be quite honest. But the teachers have said that the kids are actually liking it as well because they just feel like they can be more open, they can ask more questions and not be afraid that, it's like, let's say it's a grade 10 student, they're not concerned now what the grade 12 students are going to say.
Plus,
right?
you can ask questions on your phone anonymously to
I
us.
know.
Which doesn't get shared with the group. Sorry, am I sharing all the secrets? For those of you who stayed this long, we're sharing all the secrets. We have plans.
But these are things that you're going to be talking about. It's not as if these are secrets, right? I mean, you've done a really good job about doing your research on trying to figure, and really this is more based on Twitch and YouTube and some other things.
You
right?
mean the video of the future?
Yeah, right. I mean, it's
TV, bye-bye.
Yeah, I mean, so as a result of that, you've done some real. It's not as if we want to keep it a trade secret.
No.
We're more than willing to share it with everybody, right? And that's what you're going to be doing. I mean, you've created an expertise now, I think, second to none, specifically in this area. I mean, as you know, over the past year, I've probably watched close to 100, if not more, virtual training. I mean, that's the other good thing out of COVID. I've had opportunities to take all kinds of different training from all kinds of different people, not just within the social media safety, but other things that I'm interested in. And by far, and again, tooting our own horn, your horn really, the quality and the production of what we do is second to none. And anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Like you say, you don't have to do it at this scale.
No, I mean, we started with just this tiny little camera and that's it, right? But it's learning how the technology, the lighting, the video, the quality.
Like we're working with another client who's going to be using our studio, but they're now actually thinking about creating their own miniature kind of production based upon what you're doing here. Because you can do what we're doing at a much smaller scale.
Oh yeah, like
right?
most Twitch streamers. Spend some time, watch people on Twitch live, and you will see.
What? You mean to tell me that Twitch users who don't have any kind of post-secondary education, like an MBA or a PhD, know more than maybe those who do?
I know, go figure.
See, I think that's another thing that boomers and those in academia sometimes forget, is that we need to look at the subject matter experts, especially the kids right now who are doing all these streaming and looking at what's working, because they got it, right? They understand what works and what doesn't work, and I think we adults, especially those in academia, can learn a lot from them.
Totally.
All right, so
All right.
on that note,
We will be back again
Merry
on
Christmas, everybody.
On the 12th.
Happy New Year. It's been a great year, man.
Yeah. Another year of doing this and
Thank
what
God
we do.
2020's over, though. Right?
Yay! Bye 2020. Goodbye. Goodbye now.
But on that
Go
note,
away.
even with the new vaccine, remember, stay stay physically distanced, wear a mask, wash your hands, but let's stay socially connected by using social media,
Can't
right?
get any worse, right?
Never say that. Never ever say that.
And now Jinx 2021. Okay, on that note,
See you, everybody.
bye everybody.
Bye,
See you.
Cal. Merry Christmas, Cal and family. Bye.
Bye everybody.